Hey, out of the blue corner.
I'm a physician certified by YouTube, so you can trust here.
And out of the red corner.
I'm trying to transition from casual to hardcore. I've been in the body of a casual for way too long.
Congratulations! UFC.
Yes. Oh, look who's here. Henry Cejudo. What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show, the only show that has a practicing ringside physician to talk to you about all the fights. Of course, you can put the questions in the chat. And if you feel brave, we can bring you on here on the telecast while my partner Alejandro, who is an editor at History Channel, he's right now working hand in hand with Georgia Soukalos, explaining all the mysteries of Egypt. He's making one of those shows. You guys love it. I love it. You know what's up. But you know what I love a little bit more than the shows with Georgia Soukalos and all that stuff. It's the fight that we have coming up. Of course, I'm talking about none other than Funk Master himself. Let's put him off to the side right here. Funk Master himself is fighting against Henry Cejudo, a big head Henry right here. There we go. Let's resize him. Let's actual size right here. Henry Cejudo fights Funk Master Flex. He's been out of the game for around 2 years, which many pundits and many people that talk about the sport say that was a huge mistake. He was out of the loop, out of MMA. Of course, he was a trainer, but he was taking care of his baby. He had a kid with his beautiful wife, who happens to be a Brazilian model as well. So he was taking part. He was being a dad more than anything. We could see that in the embedded series in the UFC, and a lot of people are feeling really good about that. You know, seeing Henry in a different light now that he's come forth and saying, "Hey, no, I stepped away from the game because I was." Being a father figure, and that's, I think, a little bit more respectable. And Henry does, let me pat him in the head right there. Good job, Henry. He, I think that endeared him to fans a little bit more, and I think that's great for his brand. But he fights this man right here, Aljamain Sterling. Let's make him a little bit bigger. Aljamain Sterling, who's has come into into himself. Beating and knocking out of contention, at least for a little while, Peter Yan, who seemed, if 2 years ago, when Peter Yan was running over Uriah Faber and just getting all sorts of knockouts and putting everybody out of contention, if I would have told you then that Peter Yan was not going to be mentioned in the title picture in 2 years, in 2023, you would have told me I was 100% crazy. But that's where we are right now, and that's courtesy of this man right here, Aljamain Sterling, Aljo. So, it's a lot of things have changed, and moving forward to this fight, we have the guy that did that. We have the guy that put Peter Yan out of that top 5, top 3 picture and was holding the belt, and now we have the consensus smartest fight, and there we go again. He grew again. Henry's growing.
Who grew?
What's going on? What's going on?
Shit. Everyone, I'm sorry. I'm late. They are milking me.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
They are milking me. The ruthless machine of capitalism and television is chewing me up. I apologize, my brother Jared. Perdóname, tronco. But
welcome. Hey, look, the people are clapping for you. They're like, they feel
Muchas
that
gracias.
You're part of
Muchas
it.
gracias.
You're part of it.
I know. Thank you.
So I was mentioning that we have
Where you at?
we have Sterling coming back.
The
man that took out the man that took out Peter Yan out of contention. Quickly, I was mentioning that against the consensus. Henry keeps moving, man. He keeps moving on me. Against the consensus smartest fighter of the division, the most condecorated. He has, gold medals. He held two titles, 125 and 135.
That's right.
Uh, double champ, triple champ because
Triple champ.
triple champ
Jared,
because of the Olympics, Olympics. And by the
Jared, I
way,
mean, I was hoping I would make it on time so I could prompt you up so you could actually share what you're about to share because I know you guys. I know him as if I had given birth to him already. So he's the triple champ because he has the 3 C's. He has the gold medal, champion in the Olympics. He has the belt for the 125, has the belt for 135. So he's the triple champ for now, Yared. How does that make you feel? Because you were gonna share something about the triple C-ness of Henry, right?
yeah.
So what's
I'm a
up?
fan. I'm a fan. At one time I was a hater of the cringe aspect of his
Thanks
cringe
for being
persona.
honest.
And in that moment, I went ahead and bought triplechamp.com, triplec.com, quadruplec.com.
Wait
So I
a
bought,
second. You have quadruple C too?
yes, I have it just in case. You can
Damn.
never be to say.
Hold up.
So
This
I
is
have
so fucking
all those.
funny.
I have all the I have all those those website domains just to make sure that Henry didn't get his hands on it, just because I was angry at him for being so cringe. But now I might give it to him.
Well, Yared, I mean, you
I'm
might.
endeared. I'm endeared.
This is so fucking bunkus. It is crazy because actually, I don't know. Oh, we talked about this live real quick early this morning to prep it up a bit, and I shared with you that I was watching the embedded yesterday. I think it was in the
Yeah.
embedded. He could have showed it also in the countdown, which I watched on Sunday night. Henry Cejudo is already branding himself with a C4 on his like hoodies and t-shirts and shit. So he is looking forward to be the quadruple C. Do you have quadruplec.com yet too? Or?
Yes, I do.
Damn. Guys,
Yes,
the
I
marketing
do.
guru strikes again. God damn.
Yeah, I bought it. I mean, and I can. You know what? If Henry comes in the podcast, I'll just pass those domains
Domains.
to him.
Which, by the
Just
way,
come in
which
5
by the
minutes to the podcast.
That's right. There you go. Henry. He speaks Spanish and Portuguese because I've heard him. The wife is Brasileira. Por cierto, Henry, a winner with the wife as well. Like I gotta say.
Henry, always a winner.
Always
He's quintuple C.
He's quintuple C. That's right. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. The fucking wife. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, Henry, because you speak Spanish, por favor, 5 minutos en este podcast, you got that domain. How about that, Henry? And that's our final offer. There you go.
Yeah. Bring your wife too. Este.
Jared, que nos calienta.
No, mentira.
Hey, he's gonna fuck us
Henry.
up, bro.
Mentira, pues pequeñito, pero nos puede poner par de hostia. So it's all good, baby. It's all good.
No doubt. Anyway,
here's what I want to talk about. I want to get to the nitty gritty of this fight.
Please
wrestler against wrestler, but who's
Mhm.
the most condecorated and the most awarded and laureate wrestler? Henry is. I want to talk in a very thick.
Oh,
Henry is the most condecorated wrestler. He's Olympic level wrestler. I feel that everything that Sterling can do in the wrestling department, Henry can do it a little bit better. In the striking, I'll just good at striking, but how did he beat Peter Yan? Did he beat Peter Yan striking?
not sir.
No, it was wrestling. It was wrestling, so that was the base. So
yeah. Well, wrestling
like
and his jiu-jitsu also once he held them down as well.
True. And that's how he got Corey Sanhagen.
Exactly.
Naked choke real
Choked
quick.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is what I think what is going to set the pace in this fight.
Okay.
Wrestling cancels out, and Henry has become a great striker. He's small, but he has become a great striker. I mean, he outstruck TJ Dillashaw and Dominic Cruz.
Messed him up. Knocked him down.
I think Henry has what it takes. And Henry, I'm gonna hyper preparation. Henry has Fight Ready, who is a company and the training center where he gets ready.
Okay.
And the condition, the supreme level of exactitude of Fight Ready in getting him to wait, the science behind what they do at Fight Ready on measuring Vmax, on optimizing the oxygen consumption of his body, and
Mhm.
the efficacy of his diet, the exactitude of his preparation is supreme.
Yeah.
I can hate on Henry because of the cringe and all that stuff, but he is the fighter with the most technological and fight camp. He's gonna be ready. He's gonna be on the best shape of his life, and game planning. Henry is a problem. Henry is
Mm.
a student of the game. He is a very smart little guy. Very very cerebral. I think he has Aljamain figured out, and I think he makes it look simple. In this fight, I don't think it goes more than 2 rounds with
Damn.
with
Got it.
Aljo. Yeah, I'll dip my toes. I'll dip my toes in the prediction pool right now. I'll
Shit.
dip
Do
my
it.
toes
Hit
in the
it.
prediction
Boot
pool.
it. Toot
I
it.
think Henry takes care of Aljo in less than 2 rounds. He controls
What?
him. He grounds and pounds because I think with Aljo, it's going to be a matter of control and striking. Control and striking, cutting off the cage, striking. That's what Peter Yan did on the first fight, and he messed it up with that illegal knee.
Yeah.
I think everything that needs to be known on how to beat Aljo, Peter Yan put it out there for the first fight. I think Henry picks that up and improves it and gets this done. Let's say, to be exact with the betting websites, he gets
Mm.
it done under 2.5 rounds. How do you
Shit.
see? How do you see this? What factors? Talk to
Fuck.
me.
Got it.
Talk to me, Goose. Talk to
Uh-huh.
me.
That's me, Gus. I'm gonna, but I just want to add on to just first off what you said about the preparation, right? I was actually quite surprised at once again. I was trying to consume the content the UFC puts up there in the Fight Pass and the in their YouTube channel, and watching the embedded last night. I also saw like to the point of him being extremely well prepared and being extremely meticulous in how he prepares for his fights. He was at this space where this space at this business where he
Mhm.
was like taking hot and cold like sauna, cold plunges, and back to the sauna, like doing it like indoors, but doing it back and forth. But at some point, he gets into kind of like a bed, a sofa bed, like one of those lazy boys, and he starts getting like flashes of light on his body and his face mostly, and he's doing like this. So just to say like how far he's going to go with weird shit stuff to
Mhm.
and I'm assuming that that's gonna have something to do on his physique or is obviously part of his preparation. Um, have you heard anything like that? Like getting flashes yet? It?
No, it has to be. Most likely, more than likely, is it's some sort of a hot heat light, or it has to do with his reflexes, or some
Oh,
muscle stimulation, something like that along those lines. Because I know that in physical therapy they use different types of lights to stimulate muscle, so that has to be a little bit of that. I mean, his
oh,
his uh his physique. We're gonna see it on if you pull up any type of picture of Henry Cejudo
oh.
when Henry Cejudo is fighting. Or let me take him out of there. There you go.
If you're going to have
Um,
I'm just gonna show half a second. I hope they're not gonna like do anything for this. It's gonna be just like just 1 second. I just want you to see what this is because it really like caught my eye as much as freaking Bryce Mitchell in his pool in the middle of nowhere. Anyway,
yeah. But by
look
the
at
way,
this.
that fight is off. I mean,
It's off. I know. I had my hat ready, bro, for him, but we'll talk about that shortly. Let me
yeah,
just
bro.
show
We got
you.
look. We
Oh
both
wait,
got.
that's a little bit more now. What's happened, yet? You've been hunting way too much with that one. What have you been hunting?
It's we were supporting Bryce Mitchell.
That's right. That's goddamn right. Thug nasty. Thug nasty. All right. So check this out. All right. Look at it.
Huh.
You see, like, you see how he's like twitching?
Yeah.
That's it. Let's not show it anymore because we don't want this to be canceled. But that's what he was doing in the embedded one that they posted yesterday. So yeah, he's gone like above and beyond in order to be as ready as possible for this fight, especially because, of course, as we all know, he's been out of the cage for almost 3 years, really, and he's 36, yeah, pushing 37. So he that's to me. Okay, let's break it. Let me give you my take. All right, so if we analyze both fighters and we put them toe to toe, it's, to me, humbly, and I think Aljamain Sterling, even though he's actually not that likable to me either, I think even though he's the champ, even though he's beat everyone up in the division, I think he's still, when you put them toe to toe, he comes a little bit short. No pun intended, when compared to Henry Cejudo. Why? You already said it. In the wrestling, Henry's like, okay, both are collegiate wrestlers, but one thing is being an NCAA wrestler, and another thing is like winning a fucking gold medal in the Olympics.
Yeah,
There are levels, right? Like, I mean, this is not me. I'm not a wrestler, but I've heard the wrestlers saying this stuff. I remember, fuck, I just blanked on the. Abdel Wahad told me that he actually was an Olympian before Egypt. It's a good friend of the podcast, guy. Hamdi Abdel Wahad, currently suspended for PDs for a battle with Dontail, whatever. Yeah, no, but I was gonna say, fuck, I was gonna say DC always praises
DC.
the step above being an Olympian means, and how sets you apart from everyone else in the actual traditional American wrestling, or in the tradition of what that American wrestling is. So, of course, he's a step above there. He's got, very important, Jared, way more experience. Not only way more experience, but also more experience with fighters that were top-notch fighters. And I'm talking precisely, I'm talking because generally, but specifically, I'm talking about Mighty Mouse, who is considered by many perhaps one of the greatest, if not the greatest. And Henry Cejudo beat him up. So
and he had the two different experiences. So he got beat bad.
That's right. Well, he fucked up his leg though, but
first time.
Yep.
And by a low kick, and then he had Mighty Mouse beat him up to the body really bad.
Yeah.
Hold on, I lost my mic stand.
Okay, guys. There's a little technical difficulty.
There you go.
Okay.
I me quedé en la mano con el esto. Yeah. So
so then, in terms of experience and level of strikers he's faced, okay, Corey Stanhagen is an excellent, wonderful striker, but I think Henry also takes the upper hand, or has the upper hand there against Aljamain. So the only thing Aljamain, I feel, has going on, again, when we're comparing them, head to head, is really the activity, the actual size. Because have you seen them face each other? Damn, Aljamain is like, I don't know, I haven't seen the reach numbers, but he looks definitely way bigger than Henry.
Like 4 inches taller.
Shit, 4 inches, yo, like that's remarkable. And also the youth, Aljamain Sterling, at the end of the day, is almost 5 years younger than Henry Cejudo, and has got way less miles under his belt, or on his back. So Aljamain Sterling, that's the only, and I think I'm hoping and I'm thinking that's what they're going to try to bank on, to make this fight as long as possible. We know he has cardio for days. Historically, Henry has, but I'm assuming they are banking on the fact that, he's been the period of inactivity, the fact that he's older, and despite all the training that he's done, that he's going to start lacking a little bit when we enter the 4th and the 5th round. So I'm assuming that's why the Longo Serra team is banking on, is prepared the fight to be a dogfight for 5 rounds, and definitely start slow, or at least start careful, conscious, and picking up the pace by the 3rd round. Henry Cejudo probably has done the opposite. He was doing such a crazy, and Henry also has a pretty great YouTube channel, and I was watching some stuff of him over the weekend. He does these crazy drills that I haven't seen anyone do, that are like gruesome. He's in the gym every day, all day. He's a technician. He's regarded, by the way, I think I heard it from Mighty Mouse, who trained with him after facing him twice, that he's never seen anyone in the entire sports of martial arts being as minutiae, as specific, and as thoughtful about preparing the strategy of a fight as Henry Cejudo is. And this is something also that is big for Henry, that perhaps, most likely, Henry has above Aljamain. So, but at the same time, Jared, I don't know. Also, well, I guess Aljamain is technically fighting home. Like the UFC in the countdown went
Yeah.
big on that, as in the champion, the homecoming, even though he's from Long
Mhm.
Island and they're fighting in Newark, New Jersey, but they are labeling it as the tri-state area, as the Northeast, their
Yeah,
Northeast
yeah, yeah.
champion, just to
Just
make it happen.
regional.
He's like the regional, yeah, tell Long Island people about the New Jersey people, unless they're Italian, that they are the same thing. They'll get on your fucking face. But the point is that he's technically fighting at home. He did the light up of the stadium with the Jets. Sorry, with the Devils of hockey in New Jersey last week or 2 weeks ago. So he definitely feels like fighting at home, being the home team, so to speak. So he has that going on for himself as well. It's not like there is a 2 hour time different in the time zone, so it's not like it's gonna affect Henry, adjusting. And the weather here is right now is like it's like what 50 something or 60 something probably, close to
I don't know
70.
how
So
you
it's
do
not
it.
that cold. It's chilly but not cold. It's gonna be nice over the weekend. So, all in all, I still don't know yet. I see you so man. I'm always hesitating, guys. I guess I'm not as ballsy as our actor and doctor, Mr. Jared Vasquez, but I don't know, man. I see this pretty challenging. Like you see it one sided 100%. You think Cejudo takes it, as you said it, no questions asked, no problems had. Get it?
Yeah, I mean, Sterling has had Dillashaw when Dillashaw was a
Well, it
shadow
doesn't even
or a
count.
shell of his former self. He
Remember,
fought Peter Yan twice,
Mhm.
beat him once, and arguably, beat him twice, but he really lost to Peter Yan once.
He
Because
was
he was
losing.
getting trashed. Corey
I mean,
Sanhagen, he had a good victory, but Corey, it was Corey 3 years ago.
labored. Yeah, yeah,
And we had Munoz. He beat Pedro Munoz, and
he did.
the opponents of 2 years ago of Cejudo were a little bit tougher. Dominic Cruz 2 years ago, Marlon Moraes when Marlon Moraes was the motherfucker, when he was the man.
Yeah,
TJ
man,
Dillashaw when
that
TJ
ninja he
Dillashaw was
was.
the man, and he was taking all the steroids in the world. He beat
Mm.
Demetrius Johnson
Be-
and he beat Sergio Pettis. So he's beat a lot of people, and his opponents are great quality. So I think that Cejudo has what it takes. I think if he didn't have that fight ready team behind him and that prepared him for his second Demetrius Johnson fight, I would totally go with Aljamain Sterling. But
Mm.
I go by what I've seen in the results of his last three fights, and I think if this fight camp was the same and he just upped the quality and he even Mighty Mouse is one of the technicians, one of the tacticians, the most the smartest tacticians in the inside of an octagon, inside of a MMA cage. And he was giving props to Henry Cejudo. You have to listen to the pros when they speak about that quality and that level of opponent that he is. So
Yep,
I'm
he
going
was.
strictly by that. So I'm saying that
Fuck.
Henry Cejudo makes it look easy and reminds us why
Mm.
Peter Yan savaged Aljamain Sterling
Aljamain Sterling.
a couple years
Well,
ago.
I got you. I hear you. I see you. I feel you. Yeah, you are heard. Okay, don't feel triggered.
I'm
But
represented. Yes.
you're represented. BIPOC forever. We're BIPOC. I'm technically
L-
BIPOC, even though I don't look like I'm a white
We
passing
are.
BIPOC. I'm white
We are
passing, but I'm BIPOC.
Hispanic AF.
That's right. But I'm just gonna go on the contrary here. I'm gonna be a bit of a devil's advocate to your assessment. And I think even though it's gonna be an extremely challenged fight, even though Henry Cejudo looks incredibly good, ripped, training as hard as ever. He's said it. This is the best he's ever felt in his entire career, and he is more than ready to tackle anything that Sterling throws at him. I honestly feel that Sterling is gonna have a couple of tricks under his sleeve. I think he's gonna play the long fight, and also he's gonna try to surprise us, banking heavy on his striking and the striking from the outside, keeping always Henry afar from him and unable to take him down or to hold on to him, to press it against the cage, or to actually hurt him remarkably. And as the fight goes on, he's gonna start putting it on Henry, and eventually, I don't think he'll knock Henry out, but I think he's gonna win a decision. This fight will go to 5 rounds, and Aljamain Sterling will remain the champion. Henry Cejudo will come close, but at the end of the day, he'll cave and will lose against Aljamain Sterling, the Funk Master. So to me, Aljamain Sterling by decision. Y si me guayo, me
Excellent.
guayé. And if I fuck it up, I
Exacto.
fucked it up.
Exactly. So let's move. Let's go ahead and move into a fight that's so important for the welterweight weight
Oh
class,
yeah.
and I'm talking about this man. This man right here, Gilbert
Oh,
Burns
whoa, 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 whoa,
against
whoa, whoa,
Bilal
whoa, whoa,
Muhammad.
hold on.
What?
Okay, thank you. Aí só
What?
Batistaca. Batistaca.
Oh no!
Caralho,
Oh,
Batistaca.
they look, they look so much
Cara,
alike.
cara,
I'm
passou.
sorry.
Que
Look at
passou,
that. Look at
cara?
that. It
Holy
looks
shit.
like. Look.
Oh,
It
damn.
looks like I'm morphing a picture. Look.
Holy shit. Who's more
Look at that.
scary? Batistaca's more scary every
It's a
day,
filter. It's like
all
a,
day.
it's like
Shit.
a filter, bro. Look at that.
Gilbert's my favorite
Just the
haircut
hair.
in the
Look, the
freaking
only change. Oh my
promotion.
god, look at this. The only
Damn.
change is like the hair.
I
Have we seen them in the same room?
I personally haven't, but definitely
Huh.
when they're in the same room, they are
Interesting.
not alike at all. Yeah, like Batistaca is like 5 feet, bro,
I know, I
and
know.
then it's kind of like
I'm
fair
messing around.
skin and has like a blue hair or something.
Gilbert
But we were
Burns
talking. This is the
making
fight. Get it?
waves.
The freaking fight that saves the card for me. And sorry for interrupting you, but this is a fight because did you tell people that we are gonna be in attendance to the as in el octagon as this show will be in
Yes.
attendance on Saturday?
No,
Do you
no,
tell
we haven't
people?
told, but we're gonna
Oh,
have presence. We're gonna have physical presence. We're gonna have vlogging presence, like we always do. We're not just talking about the game. We're being
yeah.
about that game. You feel me? But yes, we're gonna be there. The team is gonna be there, present
that's
in
goddamn right.
flesh, on
And
site, and I've seen Duriño's most important fights live. Both of them. I've seen
medallita.
I've seen
Medallita.
Gilbert Burns. I've seen live against Hamza Chimaev. I was there with Anonymous, Puerto Rican rapper, Chente, Puerto Rican influencer.
Flex.
Audi,
Flex.
another
Thank you.
Puerto Rican rapper. That's how we do it. It's not flexing when you do it like that. But and with this gentleman right here, we saw Gilbert Burns, put the last nail in the coffin of the career of one of Miami's baddest boy fighter, Masvidal. So we were there. So we've seen Gilbert. I mean, Gilbert go through his fight. Masvidal, Neil Magny, Hamza Chimaev. He lost it, but arguably he won the public with that one. He beat Wonderboy Thompson. He lost to Usman, which was a little bit heartbreaking, but that endeared him more to people. He had beat Tyrone Woodley, Demian Maia, Gunnar Nelson, Alexei Kunchenko. So he's making waves at the welterweight weight class. And this guy right here, Bilal Muhammad Hamdi, alhamdulillah.
Bilal
Mohammed.
Let's call him Remember My Name. Let's call him
Remember My Name.
Thank
He's been making waves. He fights Gilbert Burns, but he beat Sean Brady, which a lot of people thought that was going to be a shoe in for a possible. I'm not calling you out, but people thought that he was going to be
I gotta be honest.
the next in line.
In that one. Yep.
Vicente Luque, Stephen Thompson, Demian Maia. Of course, he lost to Leon Edwards, but it's a no contest. He didn't lose to Leon Edwards. Diego Lima, Lyman Good, Takashi Sato, Curtis Millender. So he has. If we don't count that Leon Edwards fight, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's winning. He's going on an 8-fight winning streak.
That's right.
He deserves to actually fight for the title, but he's being denied for some reason.
Yep.
By the powers that be.
I mean, hold on. You wanna delve into that because I mean,
I'm gonna make Bilal bigger.
We love Bilal. I love Bilal. I want everything for Bilal. The most active tweeting person that there is in the roster by became the champion, and Bilal can do just that. Leon Edwards set the pace. Leon Edwards showed the way for people like Bilal that are not Sean O'Malley's, that are not Style Bender, Do you see Bilal making fun of a kid that make fun of him 20 years ago? I don't see Bilal doing that. Do you see Bilal doing that? I do see Style Bender doing that, who sells a lot of T-shirts and a lot of gloves and a lot of merch. I see him, and that's what I'm talking about. Bilal, how many people do you think has Bilal's hat or Bilal's, T-shirt or hoodie? Jared? How many?
I'll have you know that I'm in Bilal's Facebook group. He has a Facebook group where he gives exercises and stuff. So I'm
damn!
I'm in that group, man. You're talking to a Bilal
What's Facebook?
Insider.
What is Facebook?
Us older people, we have social media for people in our 40s.
I'm gonna search it in TikTok. So let's see what happens. Let's see what shows up. Is that like
Bilal
a
Muhammad.
no? But
I
no,
think
we digress.
he used to train. He used to
Hit
train
it,
or
hit it, get
train.
it.
I don't think he trains, but he used to train with one of my boys from Iowa, he did great on Dana White's Contender Series. I'm talking
Oh
about
wow.
Darius Beast Mode Flowers, good buddy from Iowa. So he used to train or has trained with Bilal, and I think Bilal's great. He's funny.
But
He's a really funny guy, but for some reason, he's not getting that promotional love. So I think that
okay,
this fight is so important for him. If he's able to let's say finish the fight, finish Gilbert, and
Mm.
gets on the mic and cuts a great promo, I think that's all he needs.
Okay, got it. Sorry that I'm eating, guys. I'm starving. I apologize. But
What are you eating? What are
hold
you
on.
eating? Share, man. What are you eating?
I'm eating food. Okay, let's focus here. Okay, I'm eating
What type
food.
of food, man? What are you
I'm just
eating? I
eating
want to
food.
see. What
I'm
do you
eating
got there? What do you got there?
it's steak, manly food.
No,
Steak.
I think you're eating rice cakes.
No, I'm not eating rice cake. No, it's no fucking rice cake. I'm a man. I'm a man. Okay, I've got testicles. I don't need no rice cake.
You got some sausage. Okay.
No, I'm gonna some avocado toast with some
I'll have you know. I'll
with
have you
some
know. Are
vegan
you
bacon.
eating some avocado?
I'm eating some avocado toast with Anyway, Jared, coño, nos vamos, Jared. We were drifting away. Okay. Damn, we've been at it for an hour? No.
No, no,
No,
no.
no, no, no.
That's
40
remember
minutes.
that's the 20 minutes for
That's it. Yeah,
the
yeah.
intro, half an hour
For
for the
the
intro.
for the countdown. All right. So now, you brought up something that's quite remarkable because you just threw nonchalantly out there that there is a chance in which Belal would not only beat or defeat Gilbert Burns, but he would also knock Gilbert Burns out. So you're telling me, Yared, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're telling me that you believe or that there is, in your understanding, a possibility that Belal Muhammad could do what Hamzat Boards motherfucker Shimaev couldn't do? Yeah? Because you were there. What's happening here?
I was there.
Because
I was
honestly,
there.
I don't see Belal. Belal is an excellent fighter, hard worker, cardio for days, very complete technician, actually very accurate in his strike-ins. But do you see him? Holy shit!
He's training. He trains with Khabib now. That's
He did
his
train with
coach.
Khabib. He did train with
That's
Khabib.
that's his coach.
Well, I remind
Khabib.
you, Khabib retired last month from coaching, but yeah, he's been training
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
Khabib with
He's
the
been training with
team,
Khabib.
the
So
Dagestanis. I got you.
we have
Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
Dagestani. Alhamdulillah.
Mhm,
Not
mhm.
me. Not me. Me.
Nothing.
Alhamdulillah.
That's right.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, and send me
I think that's a
location.
factor. Okay, we got all the cliches.
We
So
got them all.
I think that Bilal has that. His ground game's more effective. His capacity to bring people to the floor and stick them to the floor like a sticky mousetrap is great now. He has great ground and pound, and I think that he's going to be able to put it to
Wow.
Gilbert
Whoa.
and sit Gilbert down.
Whoa.
Gilbert
Got it.
has great striking, but Bilal can duck under those shots all day, every day. Um, I don't see it. I don't see it. And he
Yeah.
couldn't Gilbert couldn't finish Jorge Masvidal. Um,
Okay.
Gilbert did good in that fight, but he didn't. I mean, I wasn't thoroughly impressed. I mean, it's a fight. It's a fight that saw Gilbert Burns have 42 strikes in 3 rounds. Compared to the Hamzat fight, he had 100 plus strikes, but it was because Hamzat was pushing the pace. Then for the Stephen Thompson fight, Gilbert Burns had 29 strikes.
Well, he won that on the he won
Yeah,
that
he
on the
won that.
ground though.
It
He
was on
won
the
it on the
ground,
ground. Got it.
but that's for fighters that are very takedownable. That's a word that I just made up. Takedownable.
It's perfectly
If
put.
you
Got it.
use it,
Fuck.
I
Perfectly put.
need royalties because it's takedownable. I just made it up.
The marketing guru, motherfucker.
It's that's how it is. That's what it is. Those fighters are very takedownable. 29 strikes. Against Tyron Woodley, he had 83 strikes. Against Demian Maya, he had 13 strikes. Of course, he knocked Demian Maya out.
Mhm.
Against Gunnar Nelson, it was a 3-round fight, and he had 30 strikes.
Again,
So on the
to floor.
majority of his fights, he's being the dominant ground guy. When have we seen Belal Muhammad be taken down and dominated on the ground
We have not,
by
as far
bigger
as I remember.
fighters? So Belal has this. He has great takedown defense. He's not gonna get taken down by I love Gilbert Burns. He's a great fighter. He is, he's fought 3 times in maybe 6 months now. He's as active as ever. He wants to get back in that title reign and challenge. But Belal is just too solid of a ground fighter right now. Takedown defense on point. He's not going to be able to stick Bilal to the ground. He is not. He has great striking. He could catch Bilal with a crazy strike and bingo him, but I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. So
Damn. Well,
maybe I'm being blind, and maybe I'm being a little, a little, you know, skewed towards
guys,
thinking
that's
about the Dagestani training. But I think that Bilal, he it could be a decision. It could be a decision victory. But he's it's gonna turn into a pseudo striking and a
mm,
lot of fence work, a lot of dragging down the fence. So I think that Bilal could have Gilbert in the floor, and we
shit.
could see Bilal Muhammad not submit Gil, because Gil is a jiu-jitsu practitioner. Gilbert Burns a great jiu-jitsu practitioner. So I think that what's going to happen. I think that what's going to happen here is that we are going to see. Pardon, Alit has having some camera trouble. I think what we're going to see is Bilal Muhammad cancel out the a lot of the takedown attempts of Gilbert, and we're going to probably be seeing a fight that is going to be a striking affair. But I do believe that Bilal is going to take Gil down from the fence, and he's going to be able to punish Gil for maybe 1 or 2 rounds, and get a majority decision, get a unanimous decision. I don't think he finishes Burns, because Burns is very durable, um, but I think he's able to outmaneuver and outplan him. So yeah, that's where
Well,
it's at.
Jared, thank you for saying that, but I am I'm actually diametrically completely opposed to what you said. So much so that everything you said I agree, but reversed the other way around. I think everything you said is what Gilbert Burns is gonna do. I think Gilbert Burns is gonna be superior to Bilal. Gilbert's gonna be superior to Bilal because he's showed us improvement. First of all, he showed us a will, bro, a will to overcome, to improve, and to keep going, a will to fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. The only reason why I see what we could potentially see Gilbert Burns in trouble is because is because um he fought 3 weeks ago. That's the only reason why. He's got, how important preparation is. All fighters say that you need
Mhm.
your camp time, you need your rest time, you need to always be in the gym, but you need to train smart. You never stop training, as per John Danaher words. You never stop training, but you pick your training days in between hot, soft. If you're sick, if you need to rest, you just train lighter. Gilbert Burns just had a camp and fought against Masvidal, and without taking, like, maybe taking rest, but if he rested, not doing a proper camp at all, he's gonna face a top dog in the division. That's my only caveat about Gilbert Burns coming down into the fight on Saturday. Other than that, I think he's got everything it takes to defeat Bilal. I think he's a better fighter. I know you know Bilal. I know you love Bilal. So I don't want to be a female dog to you, but I gotta, because I think Gilbert Burns. I think Gilbert Burns got everything that it takes. I think he's stronger on the striking, and if Bilal takes him down, which he might, he's got jiu-jitsu for days. Let's not forget that he's a double champion, a double world champion with no gi, a black belt, third degree Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Who is his coach? Rafael Fofitio Barros. He's a guy. He's a guy that actually came as a jiu-jitero initially to the promotion, to the UFC. So I think if Bilal wants to take it to the ground, good fucking luck, because this guy ain't getting submitted, ain't getting ground and pounded. He's a strong like a bull. I mean, bro, put that picture again. Look at the size. Look at the girth of that neck. Yared. Look at the animal. Look at those traps. Yo, you think that guy is gonna be ground and pounded or manhandled by Bilal on the floor? 9? I don't think so. I don't think so, bro. So in my opinion, it's gonna be a hardly worked fight for both of them. But I think at the end of the day, Gilbert Odurinho Burns takes it. He takes it. I think he takes it for a unanimous decision. And if
It's a
not,
golden brown though.
he's the perfect shade of brown. Matter of fact, but not the point. The point is that he takes it. I think he takes it most likely by unanimous decision. But if Bilal starts to get in, it starts to get in a little bit against the fence and it starts getting a little bit overwhelmed by Gilbert Burns, he may be caught in one of those nasty punches that Gilbert Burns can give, like those overheads that he throws from freaking Rio de Janeiro, and he can get even knocked down or knocked out. I think Gilbert takes it most likely by submission. If there is a KO, I wouldn't be surprised. That's my pred. Pred, short for prediction, by the way.
I like the marketing. Marketing. Hamdi. All right. So we we have the return of Kron Gracie, the heir of the Gracie family, against the perennial winner Charles Jourdain. Of course, we all know what we're talking about. He wins in life. He's a UFC champion of life. Okay. Have you seen his girl? A dime piece. So, but Kron Gracie,
this is such a weird fight. Tell me about this fight, how you see it, because it's a weird fight. But tell me, please.
Oh man, it's
just to put people in situation. Kron Gracie was an up and comer and was kind of like taunted to be the next big thing like 3 years ago. But then they tossed him Cub Swanson, just to make it short. He won the first fight. I don't know if it was a second one, but he was kind of like, starting his career. They seem to be managing his career properly. He was not that young, but he didn't have a lot of experience doing MMA because he's been doing obviously jiu-jitsu since he can even remember. And but the problem is that they put him like a perro viejo, an old dog who always knows more tricks than a young one, in Cub Swanson, and he messed him up. That happened. I don't have the time, but that happened like over 2 years ago, bro. So it's been a while. He's been on the dry ditch for years, and now they give him this one. Yeah. So that's why I was saying, like, I just want to set it up a little bit like that, Yared, because it's a very weird fight.
Actually,
2019. I'm telling you, I said 2-3 years. That's 4 years now. So 4 years. He's already in his 30s. He doesn't have a lot of MMA experience. It looked like he was never gonna return, even though he was on contract. And then all of a sudden, because he's a very interesting jiu-jitsu fighter. Have you ever seen any footage of him or interviews of him? He's like very living that Brazilian jiu-jitsu, let's smoke and roll kind of life. You've ever seen him? Look, do you?
Yeah, he's a very chill guy. He trained with the Diaz brothers too. So he's part of that 209 crew.
Yeah.
So it's cannabis, it's chilling, it's beach.
Yeah.
And he's the son. What's his Rickson Gracie.
He's a Rickson and
legend.
Go on.
He's a legend of the jiu-jitsu world. He's a superhero in the jiu-jitsu realm. So he's the heir of he's the prince of jiu-jitsu of the Gracies. And he was touted as a great up-and-coming fighter. He only 2 fights. He beat Alex Caceres pretty handily. And he had some troubles in that fight as well. And then with Cub Swanson, Cub clubbed him massively in that fight. So he was out of that game. Hopefully training striking. Because Charles Jourdain is a great striker. This fight doesn't make sense. I mean, Charles Jourdain, although he's a lethal striker, he's not been on the best roll. He's lost 3 of his last 5. I mean, he's winning for 60% of his fights. He's losing on his last 5 fights. Doesn't bode well for him. So this is a great chance for Charles Jourdain to come back into winning. Again, in sports, in life, he wins always.
100%.
100%. He wins and big. Wins, like Trump would say, he wins bigly. All right, my
Big
awful. j- He's
Big Lee.
phenomenal. I
He's
wish
so
I could
good.
do a.
He's good. Have you seen him? He's so good. He's good. I'm good. You're good. We're good. Tremendous.
I wish.
Anyway,
I mean, Shane Gillis has a mean Trump impression. I don't.
who?
Mine is awful. Shane Gillis, the comedian Shane Gillis,
Oh shit. Shane Gillis. I
New
think
York
he's the
comedian, by the
best.
way.
He's the best impersonator. Yeah, no. I know him. I mean, I know him. I've never seen him in life, but I know his comedy and his whole thing ever since that whole debacle with SNL happened. That's how I first knew about him because he was like kind of like an up and comer that wasn't that famous. At least, I mean, he was famous probably in the
Yeah.
local scene in the small clubs, but that put him up in the spotlight was that firing from SNL after some Asian slur bits from an old podcast surfaced
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Twitter. It was back
Yeah.
in the.
It is what it is.
Remember those good old days when people would get effectively canceled? Damn, that ain't happening no more. Huh? And even though he got canceled, look at him. He's doing better than ever.
He's doing better than him. I think that was just it was near elections, and that's that it's a lot of
Oh,
hoopla that
he's a white
happens
dude.
in election cycles. Yeah, in election cycles, it always happens in election cycles. Doesn't
Mhm, mhm.
it is what it is.
There's some
But
casualties there. But going back to the point, going back to your point,
go
going back
back
to this
to
fight. This fight. Okay, yeah. Here's how I see this. Well, sorry. Do you have anything else?
no, no,
'Cause I
no.
feel
Shoot
like
it, shoot it, shoot it
get
from
it.
the hip. I
Tell
like
me,
it.
tell me today. Tell me today because tonight I feel like I'm first of all over the fucking place because I don't even know what day or hour I'm in. But more importantly, I feel like I'm interrupting you a lot, Yared. Is that the case? Do you
No,
do
no,
you
no,
feel
no,
that
no.
way? Am
Go
I
ahead.
being
Shoot from the hip, bro.
annoyingly? Okay, I'm gonna
I'm
I'm
John
gonna
Wick. I'll
let me
cover.
shoot.
I'll cover.
Let me shoot from the hip. I don't even know what shoot from the hip. Oh, wait, I guess it's because they bring out the holsters on
John,
the hip, so you or
yeah,
what?
just shoot
Or
it.
it's
Just
more
take
like
it out of the holster.
when you perform an actual thrust in certain I'm gonna say
It could,
spaces,
yeah.
moments. Is that what they what's that?
Intimate moments. It could be.
That's
It could
well,
be. I mean,
yeah. I mean either
we're
or,
trying
right?
to figure out life in this podcast, guys.
We
That's what
I mean
happens.
if you guys came here
It
because
is.
you thought this was just an MMA UFC podcast, oh
You're
guys, you were wrong.
wrong.
There's much more. This is an El Octagon. How to change your fucking life. No. Okay, get it. This fight. Extremely weird fight. You pointed out excellently some of the details that kind of that may decide the actual outcome of this fight. We have a Gracie, a consummated jiu-jitsu practitioner, and then Charles Jourdain, striker, all through. Even though I'm looking at it here, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but definitely for what we've seen him do inside the octagon, he is definitely a striker. And I don't even think he has he has one submission. Okay, there's one submission in TKO. Okay, in his native Canada, he's got a submission, a couple of submissions actually. But in the
Yeah.
UFC, only decisions and KOs or
Yeah.
TKOs in this case.
Yeah.
No, actually, what the fuck am I saying? No, he submitted Lando Banata. Oh, I forgot about that one. Lando Banata looked like a shadow of himself on that one. My point is that even though he can submit, he's definitely known as air. He's known as air because of how light he's on his feet, because of the excellent
Yeah.
striker he has, right? So I really don't know. He's 27. He was definitely a young jewel of the company, a Canadian that Tito Teina always have he always have a close eye for Canadians. I feel like because it's a huge market for the promotion for the UFC, and they're always willing to give shots to Canadian fighters to see how far they can make it. But he then started to he lost against Juliana Rosa, and then he lost. I saw this fight. He lost against Shane Burgos, being a
That's a
conservative.
savage fight. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was
That
a
was a
savage
savage
fight.
fight.
It was a savage fight, but it was a very one-sided fight depending on the round when you looked at. The first and the second round, Shane Burgos was putting it on him. He looked like not even a professional fighter. I don't know what was happening to him. He was barely throwing. He was just staying away from Shane. Shane was carrying the weight of the fight on his shoulders, and he was like making most of at least striking the most and making most damage, but not even. But he was just hitting more and throwing more. And then in the third round, he kind of woke up and started to try to put it on Shane, who was completely exhausted in that fight in Long Island. Other than that, but regardless, he lost that fight by decision. Then he lost against Nathaniel Wood, so he's got 2. And now he's no longer that prospect to look after, I guess. And they give him his fight with a guy that is as Gracie as we were saying, already 34, He is a fighter with no experience whatsoever in the division when compared to him. And I don't even know what to make out of this fight. I don't know why they put them together. I don't know why. I mean, it looks like if they lose, it looks real bad for any of them. And if they win, it's not like they all of a sudden are like, oh shit. So it's a tough spot to be in. It's one of those fights that they gotta win, yes or yes, but then they still got a long road to overcome to really be up there if that's what they want to do, which I'm assuming it is. So I don't even know. Again, Kron Gracie, it's a question mark because
Yeah,
what guy is gonna
I
show up?
think I have the answer for that. He
Tell me, Yara, because I
when
don't have a prediction for this one.
for this fight, I mean, Kron Gracie in both his Alex Caceres fight and his, um, his what's his face,
Cub Swanson?
Cub Swanson in his Cub Swanson fight, he showed he doesn't have he's a great jiu-jitsu guy, has a great lineage, but I just don't think he has what it takes to. You don't learn striking in 2 years. You
Right.
just don't learn MMA striking. If you were doing boxing or something like that, maybe a Logan Paul kind of celebrity things, but you're going in there against killers. Charles Jourdain has great kicks, he has great punches, he has a good jaw, and he has good takedown defense. Great knees, very athletic, goes in and out of the pocket. You just don't learn. I mean, he's with the right team. If he's still working with Nate and in the Gracie Lodi gym
Yeah,
in Stockton.
but
He has great
mhm.
training partners, but I don't think I'm just gonna be blunt about it. I don't think he has the heart of a fighter. He's gonna take a lot of
Shit.
punishment. He's gonna take a lot of punishment in this fight, and it's gonna be a way to prop up against, bring back a little bit of a excitement in Charles Jourdain's career. I don't think he has what it takes as a fight. I mean, he against Alex Caceres and against an aging Cub Swanson. I mean, you I don't think it happens for him this weekend. So I think that's my bread. That's
So
my bread.
quick. He
This is
loves
my
a
bread,
good he guys, he loves
bread.
a good freaking marketing term.
Yeah,
Um
I'm a sucker for it.
I mean, because I'm just gonna go with the fact that he's a crazy. The truth is, Yara, that I'm looking at his Instagram a little bit here and on his website. What you were doing you're making your statement. It looks like now he trains in his own gym. He opened in Montana,
Oh wow.
up there in the middle of nowhere, in the northwest. So that's where he's at right now in Kron
Well,
Gracie Jiu Jitsu Academy.
all
So
right.
I mean, he's not showing much on his Instagram about where he's been like handling his camp at. I'm assuming he came down to California for it. Regardless,
I don't
I'm
think it
just
looks
gonna
good
I'm
for
just
him.
gonna I'm just gonna rely. I'm gonna say, okay, let me say this. He's gonna be losing most of the fight, but maybe I want to believe that at some point Jordan is gonna come too close to finish him off and is gonna get a hold of him and it may get him in trouble and potentially submit it. That's
By the
my
way,
prediction, but it's
he
based
has
on really
zero.
thin air, to be honest,
He
guys.
has zero takedowns. He's great jiu-jitsu, no MMA takedowns. He wasn't able to take Cub
Damn.
Swanson down. He wasn't able to take
Wait,
Alex
what do you
Caceres
mean?
down.
He
He
submitted
has,
Alex Cáceres.
yeah, he submitted Alex Caceres, but he doesn't have any MMA takedowns at all. His wrestling is awful. Um, he would have needed to get better in takedowns and striking plus striking defense in 2 years. No, 3 years, right? 19, 20, 21, 22. No, no,
Almost
no. He's
four.
been out
Almost
for
four.
almost 4 years. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't believe it. I say fake news. Um, Fake news, and I think
Fake
Jourdain
news.
takes it.
Okay. Well,
It takes it.
there it is. There it
Now, there
is.
you have it, folks. There
I
you have that's UFC 288. We're not gonna go too deep into the card. We just wanted to, give you a little bit of a tidbit of a flavor of what's going on, and it is what it is, like Max Holloway would say, and like we
She loves
say in here, we love you with our testes. Los queremos con cojones.
that. Right.
We love you guys. This is the only podcast. If you like this type of content, please remember to subscribe, leave a comment because that helps the algorithm. We're the only podcast with a certified ringside physician and a History Channel editor.
Drop in.
was
Producer, thank you
50.
very much. God damn it. Yeah, drop in there. No, don't put up medals. I hope nobody's listening to this. I had to do a background check. These fuckers will fire me. Okay.
And that's it for the podcast. Peace.